Hello everyone and welcome back to Prison Architect. In this video I would like to talk to you guys about how to improve your prison grading. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to my friends at Olympus Gaming. They're a great group of guys. They focus on survival, sandbox, and strategy games. So if you're into that sort of thing like I am, go check out their YouTube channel. I'll put a link into the description. So let's get on to talking about prison grading. So if you click on that tab, you'll see that there are four main factors that affect your prison rating. Well, yeah. So punishment, reform, security, and health. So for punishment, you can increase that by having your prisoners locked up in their cells for longer, or under suppression in solitary confinement or in their cells. It is also increased by how long your prisoner has been in your prison. So when they first come, that won't have much of an effect, but by the time that they are finished, that will have more substantial effect. Obviously, that's not really something that you can control. It's just part of the game. Now, on the other hand, reform programs. The more time your prisoners spend in reform programs, the lower their security rating will be. So you kind of need to make a balance in that regard. Okay, so the next one is reform. Now, reform, you can increase your reform rating by having your prisoners spend more time in reform programs and more time working. But you can also increase their reform rating by having them pass more courses. So the more that they pass, the higher their rating will be. And the third factor is security. Security is also increased by your prisoners spending time locked up in their cells and by being in solitary and under suppression in their rooms. But it is negatively affected in a different way than punishment. So if your prisoners behave badly, or they're like getting drunk, or they get like contraband and whatnot, that will have a negative impact on your prisoner's reform or your prisoner's security rating. The last factor is health. This one I always have trouble with, but you can improve it. One easy way to improve it is by increasing the quality and variety of your food. You can do that in the policy section, right here, medium I have it at. That's one way to increase your health rating. The second is to give your prisoners lots of exercise. So you can do that by putting weight benches, which you can't see right now. Weight benches and things like that. And they also, I've seen them like run around in the yard and stuff. It can be negatively impacted by your prisoners being intoxicated, like if they get drunk, or if they get high, or they overdose, things like that will negatively impact the health. Additionally, if they are injured, that will also negatively impact their health. So now I want to talk about some of the things that I have done to increase my prison rating. So in the Alpha 29 update, the chapel comes with a new program. So if you go to that, the spiritual guidance, if you check this out, where is it? Pretty much it gives your prisoners that pass this, they get a sense of calm that affects them and prisoners around them. So that will help with your security and your health, because they won't be getting into as many fights, and they won't be injured, and they won't be behaving as badly. And I also wanted to point out, if you click on a prisoner, let's choose this guy, go to their experience. Nope. Grading. Yeah. So if you go to their grading, you can it kind of gives you like a breakdown of why they have the rating that they have and their chances of reoffending. So here he says he served for 7 years, so that increases his punishment rating by 3 points. Stay locked up, stay suppressed. So that because of those factors, and he has no penalties, he has a punishment rating of 10, which is really high. And for this guy, you can see he's passed no programs. He hasn't done anything on their criteria for increasing the reform rating. And security, yeah, well, you get the idea. You can go through each of these and you can look at your prisoners and see what things kind of affect it, as I have tried to explain to you. And yeah, and gives you a sense of what you can do for different prisoners. So some prisoners will be, like if you have like a cell block over here, and then you have a cell block over here, they may not be getting like the same sort of treatment, I guess you could say. So that gives you more information rather than just going to your prison grading, which is just an overall like overview of everything, and it's only based on prisoners that have been released. So if you want a current representation and like locally, you want to check out your actual prisoners, what their grading is. So if you found this useful, give me a like, check out my channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.